Hi everyone, this is Ryota and we are starting the Kubernetes 134 release team meeting for this week. Today is 18th of June 2025 and we are in the week 5 of the release cycle. So please be aware that this is Kubernetes community meeting which falls under the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which just can be summarized to be excellent to each other. Thank you. And the meeting is recorded and will be publicly posted into YouTube. So please be mindful of what you say as is being recorded. So if anyone wants to say hi before we start, you can. If there is anyone who's completely new to the meeting, I think it's a good chance to speak up, but if not, we'll probably move on to the next. Is there anyone who wants to say hi, introduce?
Hello everyone, I'm Sarthak. Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
This is my first time attending the Kubernetes release meeting and first time as a shadow. So I am currently a pre-final year student and I am from India. I am open source and cloud native enthusiast, and that's all about me.
Amazing, thank you, and welcome to the community. Is there anyone else who wants to unmute and speak up? All right, if not, we'll move on to the open discussion, which I don't see anything particularly mentioned here. Is there anything that people want to bring up for the open discussion before we move on to the updates from each team? Okay, I take that as no, and we'll move on to the team updates. Starting with the enhancements team, Drew, I see you on. So if you can provide an update for the enhancement team, that would be great.
Hello, everybody. So we are preparing for the enhancement freeze, which is this Friday at 2100 UTC. We also have the enhancements party scheduled, and our sub-team has made a pass through all the KEPs on the board, making sure that we're reminding contributors to get the PRs ready to merge in their enhancements, and we're continuing to check up on them every day. Yeah.
Great, thank you very much. Is there any questions or comments to the enhancements team from anyone else? Nope. Okay, so let's move on to release signal. Do we have Sarthak? Oh, we did. So can you provide updates for the release signal, please?
Yeah, sure. So do I need to share my screen? Something like
No,
that?
I think I'm sharing the screen and I'm sharing
Sure.
the meeting notes. So if you can just kind of speak it out, that would be great.
Yeah.
Rhoda,
Okay.
sorry to interrupt.
Cool.
But can you just kick the AI note taker?
Oh, how do I do that?
But you go to the AI note taker, you click on more, and then you can kick him. Kick it. Sorry.
AI companion, is it? No, this is
AI note.
it?
AI note taker. AI note taker. In the participants.
In the participants, okay. And AI note taker, where do I see it?
I think at the last, according to the sorted order.
Ask. No. I knew that there was something that I would miss, and I don't.
It's
Sorry,
right at
so
the
do
bottom. After it's showing to me after Urashi in the alphabetical order. If you go to participants.
Yeah, I see the participants and AI note taker with I can't read this some Chinese character name. Is that the one?
Yep, that's the one.
And what do I do with it?
Just kick it. Remove it from the meet.
Kick it. Okay.
Yep.
Remove. Remove. Submit.
Cool.
Done. Great. Thank you very much. Sorry about that, Sarthak. If you can take the stage for the release signal updates, that would be great.
Yeah, cool. So currently we have our current status as green, and there were no blocker issues at the moment. In the last Alpha 1 cut, we have couple of awaiting signal issues, and these issues were addressed through follow-ups to clarify their status as blocker and non-blocker with the respective SIGs. And for the next Wednesday, we have our Alpha 2 cut, and its status will be updated by this Sunday as no-go. We have right now open non-test and flake issues as 9, out of which we have 0 critical urgent issues and 0 important soon issues. Right now we have 17 PRs up, out of which we have 7 important soon PRs and 0 critical urgent PRs. Uh, Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much for the update. Do we have any questions or comments for release signal? Okay, I think that's no. And we'll move on to docs. Urashi, if you can provide the updates for the docs, that would be great.
So for the doc team, we have created the weekly branching peer and it has been merged. And for the version 1.34.0 alpha 0.1 release node peer will be created soon, since it was the release node peer was rescheduled, so it will be created soon.
Great, thank you very much. Do we have any questions or comments for the docs team? I take that as no. And moving on to comms, do we have anyone representing comms, which I don't actually see, if I'm correct? But we do have some updates from the team, so I'll just read it out. So the current status for comms is green, and we have the comms progress tracking issue linked up the top. And for the feature blogs, we already have one tracking and one opted in feature blog that's being tracked already. Authors for feature blogs, feature blog opt-in have been sent to the shadows. So shadows have been informed and they have the basic understanding at this point. And first opting outreach is in progress. So there is nothing major to be called out and the overall status is green. Do we have any questions for comms? And I take that as no. Moving on to the release branch management. Drew, it's up for you again. If you can provide the update for the branch management, that would be great.
Yeah, so we cut the release for the first alpha release of 134 on Monday, and it was successful. So I provided a link here to the Slack thread, including like some of the logs that are there. And our next cut for the second alpha is scheduled next week on June 25th.
Great, thank you. Do we have any questions or comments for the release branch management?
There were some issues that Marco added regarding GitHub API, full CO, and cosign. Have those been? I know the other patch releases also depend on them, but is there any thread for those issues? Like why they are happening?
I'm gonna have to follow up with you on that.
Cool. We can do that async.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else people want to bring up? All right. Moving on. Next one is EA, and I don't see Fred on the call, so I think we'll just skip it for the time being, and that means release lead Viom. Take it over.
Hey everyone. The updates from my side is that the announcements freeze is on Friday. I think the announcements team shared the link for the freeze party. So if you're interested in that, please do join that. It's a real party, trust me. After that, Slack, we would be losing the Slack Enterprise or Enterprise Plus, whatever we have this coming Friday. So that basically means that you won't be able to do a bunch of things on Slack, which are paid. So there is the FAQ I have shared around the Slack migration. And if you want to back up your DMs, if you're on a private channel, or even public channel, there are instructions to do that. So please do that. Subteam leads, if you have shared some documents in Slack messages and not share them through, like, say, a Drive link, or you don't have that backed up anywhere, please do that as soon as possible. And apart from that, the Alpha 2 release cut is next week, as has been mentioned by a lot of teams. And yeah, that's the update from my side. Nothing really to worry about Slack. We are losing the enterprise edition of Slack. One thing is that Release Signal and other teams, if they are relying on Slack thread links, they might not work anymore, because those threads would point to messages that were, let's say, prior 90 days or older, so they won't be accessible anymore. There are plans. The Slack would be archived. All the public channels, they would be archived, but there isn't currently a way that has been mentioned by Slack admins to search that. So if you want to back anything up, private, public, just use the instructions to back that for your own sake if you want to refer to those things later.
Thank you very much, Viom. Do we have any questions or comments for Viom?
Yeah, this is
Okay, I
Raji
think
from Release Signal. I have something to share. We have just kind of heads up to you. Like of late, when we had Alpha 1 cut, we had some challenge in getting the blocker, no blocker signal from 6. So it is turning out a bit difficult for us, and we had to do multiple follow-ups with SIG node, and particularly a few other SIGs where it was quite time consuming to go through the issues and the Slack discussions to uh, categorize whether it is a blocker or no blocker. So I wanted to discuss what best can be done to get a quicker signal and confirmation from SIGs when there is a release cut nearing in situations like this.
So some SIGs are quite responsive. SIG node in the past has not been that they don't have people on call on rotation that can answer the questions that we have. We have reached out to them previously as well in previous cycles that, hey, we need a clear signal on these issues. So they have been a bit problematic in the past. But just DM me the name of the SIGs that you, with the threads and the reminder stuff that you, I think we did that this cycle as well with Cat. So just DM me those SIGs again, and we sent a reminder to them once, and if that happens again, we'll escalate to maybe steering or someplace else. So just send the DMs of those SIGs.
Just as a reference, I've posted one of the Slick cluster lifecycle thread wherein we were told as a PR merge would happen soon, and we did not worry about the confirmation of blocker and no blocker. So in cases like this, like a message or some, suggestion to SIX to clarify whenever possible at the earliest will be good for us to avoid last minute rush on getting the signals from them.
This particular thread was started on Saturday. See, now this cut was on Monday. The thing with cuts that happen on Monday is that if you find something on the weekend, then it's very highly likely that they won't take a look at it until later in the day in Monday, if that's the first thing they do on Monday, because of, if the maintainers are based out of the America's time zone, they would take a look at those issues in that time zone. That's why we have moved the cuts to Wednesday, so that if there is an issue that is encountered on the weekend, then there is sufficient time for someone to take a look at it. I would not base everything based on this release cut, because this was on Monday. Let's keep let's look out for the cuts that happen on Wednesday, and let's take it from there.
Sure, we will observe in upcoming cuts and we will take it forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
great. Is there anything else for Viom? I think one thing that I know from the comms side, there is no representation this time around, which I will probably pass on the message. But comms, and I think there are other teams who rely on Slack to send out notes to the SIGs. SIG leadership, and those happen in Slack, and we tend to just go back to the previous history of like previous releases to see what kind of message we sent, but those will be somewhat lost, so we need to have a better documentation somewhere else where we can search, which we'll probably have to do very soon. So another reminder, the Slack downgrade is a significant one for some teams, and we should take actions that we can to prevent losing some of that context now, so that we can, I guess, keep the smooth release cycle going. And yep, so I think that's it for the release lead side, and I see the SIG scalability has nothing mentioned. We don't have the updates just yet, so we'll probably have something for the Americas call. So that means we are at the end of the updates from each team. Is there anything else people wanted to bring up, discuss before I stop the recording? And I think that's no, and that means I'll stop the recording. Thank you very much, YouTube. Bye, YouTube, and I'll try to stop this here.